GM used a bunch of different power steering pumps on their vehicles, but what matters to you is what's going to work on your build. Let's go over a couple of these common and not so common power steering pumps.
So first up, we've kind of grouped some of these pumps into spacings. So like you'd have your Dash 1 or Corvette type spacings is what we would call from the factory. That's basically where the belt is on the crank pulley. So like you have your Corvette setups here, you'd have your LS1 Camaro, GTO, and then you would have your 2010 up Camaros and truck pumps, and then an aftermarket pump setup there. So why this matters to you is you have to match the correct bolt pattern, pump thickness, and how it attaches to the bracket. Otherwise, this is never gonna work with your car. First up is if you have a Corvette pump, if you ever seen a Corvette bracket, the pump actually bolts to the front of the pump. So the pump bolts to the bracket on the front side. Then if you move to a Camaro setup here, your pump is gonna made up to the back side of the bracket. So meaning that varies on even the through holes, whether it has threads in the pump. As you can see the Camaro pump here, this LS1, there's no threads here, and then you have threaded here. So this would be like for a support bracket here on the front.
Yeah, and like this LS3 Camaro power steering pump, it actually mounts on the front instead of the rear on the LS1, and it's threaded on all 3 spots.
Then you move over here, we have variables even on like the LS4 pump. This one's kind of more of the traditional type 2, like these are all type 2 style pumps. Then you get into the Saginaw pumps, which is used on like your old small block Chevys, and then even the new LS stuff had the Saginaw pump. Then on some of these pumps, you'll have every hole is threaded. You'll see on this, all of the holes are threaded here on the front. They're also threaded on the back. So this is a CTSV pump on the newer CTSVs. Then you go over here to the Toyota pumps used on the early CTSVs. This one had no threads on the back, so the bolts would go through from the other direction. And then another variable here you gotta think of is the back hole doesn't actually line up with the front hole. So when you're trying to bolt something through, that bolt won't go through there because it doesn't line up. So that one's slightly different. Also too, like if you're using a bracket on the front and you're looking at these, as you'd see on this Toyota pump here, this doesn't actually line up. So now that you see the difference between even the bolt pattern on those and where it has threads or doesn't have threads, some of the pumps only even have 2 bolts. Like the GTO pumps here, there's only 2 bolts. So if you look at this, this is a normal width hole, as you see this bracket that came off this 98 Camaro. Then he moved to the LS1 GTO pump, which is absolutely massive. And you can see here, it hella doesn't line up. This bolt pattern's really weird. It's a 2 bolt, but it's definitely different in size. So if you look at the bolt face here, if you're looking at where the shaft is, that is couldn't be further different from the other pump.
And the interesting thing about this is from a 2004, and this is an 05, so there's only 1 year difference between these 2 pumps.
Yeah, so this is your LS1 GTO, this is your LS2 GTO. So this is 05 and 06. Next, let's go over the pulleys and how that attaches to the pump. So the pump shaft diameter is very critical here and make this go on, and that came in 3 different flavors. So we either had a .664 or a .668.
And then also you have a larger 750 on some of these pumps.
So any of those are not interchangeable. And then the next thing to think of there too is the offset. So let's look at just the CTSV pumps and how this would affect even if the shaft size is the same. So if we line up the bolt faces, you'll see between the 2 of them, this one on the right has a much shorter shaft projection. So if you were to put the same pulley on both these pumps, that thing's probably gonna be 2 ribs off right there just on the shaft.
And it's gonna be really hard to see just by the naked eye, but you're gonna know when those belts start throwing off of those things.
Yeah, some pulleys, they'll look like they're the correct size and they're actually like half a rib off, which you may not catch. You might start shredding belts and you're like, well, why isn't this working? I don't know what's going on. And then you put a laser alignment tool on the pulley and look across the other pulleys and you're like, oh, this thing's off a rib. So it can work in there, but you're opening yourself up to a lot of problems if you don't use the exact pump for that exact bracket and then also match the pulley to it as well. So going over the pulleys here, as you can see, these pulleys all have their own unique pattern that went with that pump. None of these are interchangeable. So if you have a pulley off some other random car, don't try to put it on your pump because it's not gonna work. You're gonna introduce new problems, and then you'll just end up back where you should have started in the first place, and that's using the pulley for the pump. So you can see here, some of these, they vary in like the shapes that are kind of cut out of these. So the LS4 pump, this is a Caprice pump. Then you have your standard Corvette, which we use these a lot. Here's the reservoir of what that looks like for it, the Corvette pulley. Then over here we have the CTSV, the old Toyota pump, the newer style pump here with the pulley for the newer one, the 9802 LS1 Camaro, the old ones here with this plastic like pulley. You'll see it's kind of dished. The Corvette also had a smooth plastic one on the early models, but it was a lot flatter looking.
Then you have the 2010 Camaro pump with a 3-bolt style pump and a reservoir attached, and this very dished power steering pump pulley that goes with it.
Also on your pumps here, then you have the GTO pump. So you have the LS1 GTO and then the LS2. And as you can see here on these pulleys, these varied so much in diameter. Like, look at how small this one is to here. One, that's gonna affect how your car steers if you're switching pumps. Like if your car came with this pump over here and you put a different pump or like a Saganol, that's gonna wildly change how the steering feels in your old vehicle. And these came in who knows how many different diameters here, but you can tell like these kind of cascade up in diameter between the pulleys. Even like the Corvette's about the same as the Camaro. So there's quite a bit of variables that you have to account for here.
Now, with the truck pumps that come on LS, they do look very similar to a small block, but some key differences are on the small block power steering pumps, the clocking of these holes was actually straight across, not angled like this. And the reservoir on the small block power steering pumps was actually straight in line with the shaft, not offset like this. A couple other things with these truck power steering pumps is some will actually have 2 lines coming out the back. That designates that it's a hydro boost power steering pump, not a standard power steering pump. And also on the thread pitch of the small block versus the LS would have metric and the small block would have standard threads. Now there are some aftermarket power steering pumps that work well with our brackets. Here we have a power steering pump from Jones. This is actually a Corvette style power steering pump with an attached reservoir, and we actually use the Corvette power steering pump pulley with it. Also, some turn 1 pumps use the same stuff as well. Now, we've already touched on this LS3 Camaro power steering pump, but there are some power steering pumps that actually from the LS2 Trailblazer SS or on the 2500 and 3500 HD trucks.
Another pump that we don't have in front of us here is a LS9 pump. It's very unique. It has that big supercharger belt on the front. It's kind of clever how they came up with the design, but the pump is a Type 2 pump, but instead of being a smooth press-on shaft, it's splined. So almost think like a slip fit, like on a drive shaft slip yoke. It just slips over it. You have this big bracket that hovers. It just floats above the pump, and then it bolts around the pump. It has this very big pulley on the front. So it has a shaft going through it that just splines, so it just floats on it, and it has like 3 bearings in it. That way it can support the supercharger belt load since it's much higher. Next, let's look at the clocking of the outlets on these pumps. So this varies, tons of variables, so everything varies on these, including the high pressure line where it comes out of here. So as you can look here, if you have the bolt pattern in the same position, this one comes out more of like an 11 o'clock position. This one's more like a 1 o'clock coming out this way. And some, they just vary a lot on where the return line comes out, and it varies where the high pressure line comes out and the low pressure. So that's something to be mindful of if you're switching to a different style pump. They're all unique as well. Some of them will have different pressed in fittings. This is a pressed in fitting here to go to a reservoir. Same with like the Corvette. This one also has a press in, so these can be pulled out and changed. There's just a lot of differences here. This one actually bolts in here and it has an O-ring and just slips on and then bolts in.
Even on some of the ones with attached reservoirs, your low pressure side is going to be different on some of those as well.
So some of those will even have the 6AN, like the Jones pump there. It's already converted to where it's handy to put your lines on it from the factory. So even on the Jones pump, it has the 6AN for the low pressure and the high pressure side, so it makes it very convenient. So you don't have to convert the line over to run a 6AN line to make clean looking power steering lines. So if you look at the pumps here, if you measure from the face of the pump where this bolt goes to the tip of the shaft, these vary a ton. So some of these pumps may only vary like 30 thousandths. Other ones could be a couple inches. They're wildly different between them, which even our chart doesn't cover all the variables. There's probably another 10 or so pumps here that we don't even have in front of us that have different variables than these pumps. And even the pulleys, just everything is different. So if you're not using the exact pump for your exact bracket, you're gonna have trouble. And this is where you want to get your bracket and your pump at the same time with the pulley. That way you don't have any problems with the belt alignment. If you need help finding the right power steering pump for your ride, give us a call today and max your swap with ICT Billet.